something that comes back very regularly in the Facebook group. How to
Yeah.
reduce water retention, especially in the face from TRT.
This is the TRT and Hormone Optimization YouTube channel. And if you want to learn all about the science-based information on this topic, consider subscribing, hit that notification bell, and you'll be on your way.
Yeah, that's a big one. Because, I have patients that tell me about that. And I've even, on occasion through my 40 years of doing this, had some times when I've been a little more retaining fluid. But let me tell you how I handle that. I usually just manipulate dosage, and method of application. Because if I find a guy is retaining water, then I'll minimize the dose, make more frequent the administration of the dose, maybe change from IM to sub-Q, minimizing the peaks and valleys. But I find that the majority of my patients that complained of that issue, I was able to do several things with foods and supplements to minimize that complaint. One, there's all kinds of foods you can take that have a mild diuretic effect. Coffee, celery is really good. It's got apigenin in it. It's a well-known mild diuretic. You got horsetail, parsley, hibiscus, black and green teas. You got with a herb or a grain, or we studied or we discussed probably a few months back, Marinidella sativa or black cumin. Mm-hmm. That's on the list as being something you can take to help flush additional waters. But in particular, I found that potassium-rich foods, and the American diet in particular, he's got too much sodium, not enough potassium. So if I supplement these patients with more magnesium and potassium and tell them to try to throttle back on their table salt, but substitute table salt, which is Morton's iodized salt, which just has the white elite salt. If you substitute that table salt with Celtic sea salt, Himalayan sea salt, but throttle back a little bit and get more potassium and magnesium in your diet, no patient that has adhered to my recommendation has been bothered by water retention. If I adjust the dose and dosage and method of application, tell them to go on a supplement like now NOW has a good supplement called magnesium potassium aspartate. Magnesium potassium aspartate. So if I increase the magnesium dose and the potassium dose with both food sources and supplements, to put the ratio of potassium and magnesium higher than the standard American diet usually has it, because as I told you, most Americans and perhaps Europeans too have too much sodium in their diet. So if I balance out some of these electrolyte type minerals, put them on foods that have high potassium, like we all know bananas have potassium in it. Squash does. Beets have a lot. Kidney beans, lentils have a lot of potassium. So there's ways you can naturally elevate the potassium other than supplements, but I like going straight to the magnesium potassium aspartate for my patients, and then they will urinate off a little bit of fluid there. But my favorite vegetable to use routinely is just celery. I mean, I gotta tell you, there's been times I've had little ankle swelling, especially if I'm genuflected for a while in a chair. If I eat 2 or 3 sticks of celery per day, I'm instantaneously urinating off the extra fluid that I may retain even on any testosterone optimization. So.
Very interesting. Didn't knew that about the celery. Good tips.
Oh, apigenin. It's a tremendous God-given. It's a superfood now. It's been now reclassified as a superfood.
Okay, thank you, Jeffrey. Very interesting. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And now give this video a thumbs up and go watch one of these videos to learn a ton more about TRT and hormone optimization.